Here's what I got. All right? I have the sociosexual hierarchy here. And we're going to be placing the kinds of males within the sociosexual hierarchy. Let's just jump right into it. Now, we should start with the alpha male. I mean, that makes the most amount of sense. I think alpha is great. You know, you give it an A. A good framework for how to do this is we go on Urban Dictionary and we just see what the definition, like the first definition that pops up, is on Urban Dictionary. So let's look up alpha. Alpha male. The leader of a pack or herd, the dominant male, the main source of population. What does that mean? A for alpha makes perfect sense. And then I know, of course, if you're a sigma male, you got to be S tier. S for sigma, right? Now, we've also got the beta male. I'm a little conflicted about what to do with the beta male. I don't know. You could justify D tier because no one wants to be a beta. All right, we'll put him in D for now, but okay, let's consult Urban Dictionary, all right? A beta male is a man who lacks masculine energy and adopts feminine characteristics, often faces problems or confrontation passive aggressively. Okay, I'm going to come back to this one because the other side of the beta male, right, is he's a good friend, he's a good supporting character in your life. Okay, so we've got our alphas on the top, then beta, then delta, then gamma, then omega. I understand. I'm getting a better feel for what is what now. So omega male is D tier. Beta, according to the socio hierarchy, is more of a B. Delta, and then omega at the very bottom. Now, okay, I think we've got the standard hierarchy down. All right. Let's do gamma male next. So, I looked up gamma male. This is what I got. Do you have these 10 gamma traits? So let's see. Gamma is the 4th rank in the socio-sexual hierarchy, beneath alphas, betas, and deltas. All right. We'll put them here. Gamma and then omega. Those are both D tier. You know what? Maybe we do need a Z tier. Beta male refers to the 4th social hierarchy position among males. Alpha, top. Beta, second. Omega, the rest. Zeta male consciously reject a traditional social position as it is based on how they are valued by women. Zetas can be straight, bi, or gay. What? So Zetas cannot be pansexual. That's the only thing they've said with that statement there. Doesn't make any sense because I thought this was a sigma male. They're rejecting the traditional social position as it is based on how they are valued by women. And the whole idea behind the sigma male, it's like these unrelated people on the internet can't agree on what's what. I asked Jim to buy me a drink, and he said I should pay for it myself. I guess he's a Zeta male. Figuring it out. A term coined from the star Zeta Persei of the constellation Perseus for the Greek god Perseus, slayer of Medusa. I love how they just make shit up. The female monster that feminists eventually embraced as representative of feminist rage. Zeta male represents a slayer of the feminist monster. Why didn't that guy show respect to that woman when he saw she could be placed first? He's a Zeta male and lives on his own terms. Besides, what reciprocal obligation does that woman have to men but choices? That kind of reads to me like word salad. Like, I don't understand what I just read. Okay, I'm gonna put Zeta male on Z because that's the only thing I can figure out. So as far as I understand, Iota males are like these teeny tiny males. They like dance on the palm of your hand. They're like doo 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 doo. But let's see what Urban Dictionary has to say about this. So yeah, this is what I think about when I think of Iota male. The Iota man. During that time, I've tried to determine where my personality fit into the Greek alpha beta pantheon of masculinity. The alpha male is the leader and as such is seen as both strong and intelligent. Oh, and good looking. In the biological sense, the alpha male has the genes most likely to survive and be passed on, hence the attraction to females. If there's an alpha, it stands to reason that lesser males of the tribe must be assigned a designation as well. Maybe the alpha male's sidekick, the Spock to his Kirk, might well be designated beta, less hyperactive than his counterpart. biologically having less resting testosterone and therefore less likely to react violently first, more strategically minded and patient. Beta males, I would imagine, in times of violence, war, etc., are most likely to survive, while alphas rush to their demise. That's an interesting observation. You know, you could view the alpha male as the guy running in with a sword in front line in battle, and he gets struck down, but if he survives, then he gets all the women. Meanwhile, the beta male, the scheming, conniving beta male, is the one that survives. But I don't know. This is just what this Iota male here is saying. I'm also, throughout this entire thing, I'm assuming he's like 2 inches. The Iota male is based on my own personality, a combination of what personality tests like Myers-Briggs have told me I am as a result of questionnaires that didn't include the options I wanted to choose. Okay. Descriptions and assessments shared with me by close friends with whom I can let my guard down. We're not here to make fun, all right? We're here to learn. An Iota male is an I introvert. He rarely, if ever, announces his plans nor brags about his accomplishments, generally dropping them off matter-of-factly in conversation. He's a solid man. C or D? Okay, maybe like a high C then. A weak-willed male in a position of authority. Hereditary rulers who defer to their advisors are the typical example. So everything I see about epsilon male is like horrific. It's like really bad. All right, so we're gonna put him in E. Here's my definition of ETA male. An ETA male is a male who's like always, he says he's coming. This is a reliable male, okay? This is a male who's gonna show up within 5 minutes. A, yeah, solid male. I'm a fan of that male. Theta male. A male who is a mystic and an ascetic. A male who is dedicated to fully embodying a disciplined and purifying spiritual lifestyle. Embodies only the deepest modes of mystique evidenced in the multidimensional zeta male, but without the zeta's ability to shift modes such as rebellion mode due to permanently dedicated to the status of being a monk. Rebellion mode. What is rebellion mode? Does not feel the emotion of any other categories of male. What? Yeah, that's me at all times. I'm in a constant state of rebellion mode. I actually am. It's tiring. If there's ever something, if there's a system and I'm in it, even if it's a good system, rebellion mode. Theta male, I mean, that sounds really good to me. You're an ascended mystic monk. Kappa male. A male who is very popular and famous in the gaming community because of their skill or presence, but in real life are losers and social outcasts. Now, what I hear about him being successful in the gaming community, that's a pro. I mean, it's kind of like the gaming community is maybe not a main hierarchy to climb, but it's definitely at least an adjacent hierarchy to climb between the Iota male and the Delta male. Whatever thing Gordon Freeman is, someone who's really quiet but strong. Is that agreed? Do we agree that Gordon Freeman is a Lambda male? The Lambda is an average male who is just nobody. In fact, on the sentiment and sexual radar of women, he doesn't even exist. He's that kind of gray, shy, low-key man that has been around in the office for years, but who is so insignificant that no one ever remembers his name. About 30% of men are Lambda. Where did you get that from? Where did you get that from? I'm just trying to make sure this guy is citing his sources properly, okay? You can't just go around lying on the internet. Gordon Freeman's cool. Put him in B. How about that?
And there are alphas and there are betas. Alphas are strong, betas are weak.
Oh my goodness. We're not here to make fun of anybody. We're here to learn. Okay, before I look up anything, I'm just saying a moo male to me is like, you know those after men species, the speculative zoology stuff? Not quite this. So that's my perspective on a moo male. But let's see what Urban Dictionary says. A subfamily of beta males obsessed with cats. Always has cat hair on all their clothes, yet they still wear black. Will have Iota male traits. Always wants to tell you what their baby cat did today. Going off the framework that a moo male is a devolved speculative zoology male, I'm going to give him a low S. And I like that definition more than the guy complaining about the cats. So, new male, the immediate framework you want to apply is kind of that 4chan way of talking about men. like the effeminate new man who is kind of like a devolved man in the speculative zoology sense, but under the framework of this 4chan style way of looking at the world, the devolved male, new male. But let's see what this says. Another word for soy boy. I think we have to put new male in like Z tier. All right, I'm gonna put new male in Z tier because we're going off of the accepted sociosexual hierarchy. So, okay, this is my impression of a Z male. All right. Z-male is Xi Jinping, okay? It's the kind of male who would become the leader of China. Xi-male. Now let's see what the world thinks. A male who seeks power by any means necessary, as he believes that his rule over the people will be beneficial to them. Typically a loner, usually mistaken for sigma male, but they differ in that G-male have an innate affinity for leading and have a killer instinct, knowing what is best for his subject. Did I just get that? As a strong supporter of the regime, and because, I just guessed. I think the G male, here's the thing. If you're a sigma male, if you're an alpha male, you might be the best. You might be the best in your group. But if you're a G male, is it better than sigma? Yeah, I'm gonna put it on top based off of my love for the regime. Omicron. Yeah, Bart Baker, how he's in China now? Isn't that weird? But like, it's actually not that weird. You feed yourself into the machine and you like get ground up by this algorithm. And when it's done with you, it spits you out and you feel dejected and alone. And then this Chinese algorithm walks over to you and says, I will feed you into myself and you'll be a big star in China. All you have to do is like sing the Pledge of Allegiance on TikTok or whatever. Like, it's actually not weird at all. Omicron males exhibit extreme rage and often have a Napoleon complex. It has been noted that they will vent their rage on any living creature that they can find and will even self-harm if they have no outlet for their fury. Omicron males often have poor experiences with women and are likely to express their self-imposed inceldom in the gym. Ironically, their time in the gym makes them more dangerous to the people around them, which Omicron men take pride in. Omicron men are also highly susceptible to fringe political beliefs, and they use these beliefs as outlets for their rage. Man 1, hey, have you seen that buff short guy over there? Man 2, yeah, I heard he joined ISIS. Man 2, he sounds like a total Omicron male. Omicron male, filled with rage. As an anti-centrist, I gotta respect it. I'm gonna give it a high A, out of respect. Don't let the name fool you. This man is an absolute psychopath. Demon in the sheets, demon in the streets. Gives zero about the world and only lives for himself. He wakes up, lots of stuff I can't say on YouTube, gets out of bed, and finally creates chaos and upends the global hierarchy, all in that order. The purest example of a level beyond even the alpha, the Giga Chad, and any other man. Only few can exist at a time as a transcendental entity capable of sheer dominance. Man, Colt's such an alpha male. Nah, he's a pi male. As soon as he's done here, he's gonna cave the Prime Minister's skull in. So I think we're just going off of the definition that we got from Urban Dictionary. It's top S, because it's like transcendental. It's like you're like a god, pathetic and weak male who seeks validation and approval from people around him, even though those who don't care about him. The rho male always gets peer pressured just to be liked by others and will never think for himself. Joey just asked his girlfriend if he was allowed to go outside. Ugh, he's such a rho male. It's solid, not a Z, but it's also like so low on D that it may as well be F. They often have ginormous schlongs in which they never get to use because they are so hideous. To be classified as a tau male, one must have an IQ of well above 130, have at most 5 moms, own a 2003 Miata with truck nuts, and have canted wheels at 135 degrees centigrade. So I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna put him above beta because at least he's got a huge schlong, but he's also horrifically ugly, and betas probably are not horrifically ugly. All right, I'll put him here. Okay. A male that is aware of the male hierarchy system and is also aware of how to improve his standing on it, such as by transforming from a beta male to an alpha male, but wastes his time on the standings of other men instead of himself. So it's sort of like if I'm complaining about something like some system and then I offer no solutions for it. I mean, you're essentially like, you're aware, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not using your awareness. But I mean, the awareness, do we even value the awareness in that case? Because in that case, he's just like an F, right? It's almost worse to have awareness about something and not act on it. Because then you have this like smug, oh, I know what's going on. The world is ending. No, it's already ended. Yeah. I'm just bitter. Upsilon's going on F. A male who hangs around females more than with males. He feels that females understand him more than his mates. Rarely heterosexual. That's an interesting one. Okay, high B for bisexual. An N-chi male as a man who seeks above all things knowledge. This is type of guy who is super hot and has energy, even though he is medium-sized. He is this type of guy who would reject the normative, societal, typical, normal. This is just someone writing Sigma male with brain damage. This is... Okay, this is actually pretty funny. X male where X equals any Greek letter. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm meticulously researching things online, like to see if there's a definition of every X male. So I'm going to give it an S. This is what our definition of psi male is. Psi males. Men who are too alpha for their own good. 1 second. Psi males. Men who are too alpha for their own good. I once heard a story about a wildlife conservation effort that perfectly described the archetype of the psi male. I cannot attest to the validity of the story, but it does serve to illustrate my point. The conservation effort, which was an attempt to increase the regional gray wolf population, went awry when one of the male wolves took over the entire population. Within a short amount of time, he killed off all the other males and mated with all the other females. He then killed all of his male offspring and mated with his own female offspring. So... psi male is just like... So basically, yeah, the kind of male... This guy's too alpha for his own good. You're like an extremely alpha male. And to me, that doesn't make you worse. That makes you better. So I'm gonna put him on an S tier then. Because they're like... Yeah, they're like more... They're like better than an alpha male. Delete this one... S, and then we'll put SS, we'll put pi up here because that's the transcendental one, right? So our Shrigma male is an easy SS. Snail male coming in on top. Female snail male on the bottom because of course. Shrigma male, I'm gonna give a right below God. How about that? Okay, I think we're good. I think we're done. I think we've done our job here. Anyway, goodbye.